What is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage, and I've driven a little over 4,700 miles in my Ram 1500 Laramie Longhorn after people were like, oh, that engine's done, oh, it's a head gasket, oh, it's this, oh, it's that, oh, it's... Well, evidently the 5.7 Hemi is still pretty damn reliable. As we towed halfway across the country and then drove to the south, drove back to the north, and now we're heading west. And gotta say, not bad. Let's talk about it.
For the longest time, whoa, for the longest.
Yo, Percocet, Miley Percocet, Percocet, Miley Percocet, Percocet, got it.
So welcome on back to TK's Garage. When I started, let's just get into some numbers. So currently, we're at 4,059 miles on the trip overall, over the last 10 days, all right? 12 days, whatever it's been, all right? And over that time, it's been 93 hours of driving, 93 hours, 49 minutes. Average mile per hour was 50, a lot of that's towing. And the average mile per gallon on the truck is 15.4 over that time. Now you can see, even like now, we're going up hills, up mountains, through passes, Colorado, Utah, all that good stuff. Down to the south, freezing temperatures, -2 degrees when I was in Detroit at one point. And for the most, outside of like a couple of little quirks with the air suspension, truck's been fine. I know people will be like, 15.4 gas mode sucks, DK. This is a heavy truck. Not to mention the back of my truck is loaded. I got my tools, my jacks, my jack stands, all that other stuff in the very back of the truck to make sure that I have something in case I had an issue with the truck. But I gotta be honest, I'm very happy with it. Like I said, like temperature's been right on point, oil pressure's right on point, battery's been right on point. The only issue that I've had with this truck is the air suspension. It'll just deflate in the rear after it's been parked for a little bit, or sometimes she'll get a little bouncy if I'm on a bouncy road for a long time and the air suspension deflates. Then it's just literally just on those two rear shocks that are back there, and she's just bouncing. So a couple of things. Definitely got to replace the actual, I guess, shocks that are back there, and I got to replace those air springs on this side anyway, right? And it looks like it is on this side because it makes the entire truck lean like this. And I've seen this before in like Range Rovers. This system, though, it could be the valve system, the box. Every once in a while, I hear this thing as it's inflating, almost sound like an air brake system where it'll go psst, and it's like letting off extra pressure or something. But I'm gonna have it diagnosed when I get home. Like right now, it's fine. It's at regular ride height, and every once in a while, I'll see a notification: air suspension needs to cool down. Probably because the pump is running to keep whatever's leaking inflated. So if it is just an air spring on one side back here, I'll just replace it. Hopefully that fixed the issue. If it's something where they're like, we can't find the leak, at that point, I'm not gonna like have them tear the entire, suspension apart to try to find where this friggin' leak is. I'll just convert it. And I know a lot of people will be like, oh, TK, that changes the truck. You should have just bought a tradesman if you didn't want air suspension. I hear you. I enjoy the seats. I like the leather in here. I love the heated and cool. I like all of the Longhorn features that I get. So I don't regret that at all. In terms of the suspension though, I'll just, have it put at its highest ride height. I'll have it up so it's up a little high. Maybe a leveling kit or something on it. 4 in the front, 3 in the rear. And put a regular passive suspension on it. I've done this already with my Cadillac, which came with an air suspension, or Magna Ride, or whatever the hell GM calls installs that system. I deleted that, got rid of that, and I couldn't be happier with the Cadillac. Cadillac rides like a champ, no problems. So I'll probably just do that with the Ram anyway. We'll see. I know that I've seen some kits and some stuff that's available for it for like, I think it's like $1,500 for the kit, and I'm probably looking at like $1,500 in labor, so I'll probably be $3,000 all in to replace the suspension and make it passive. Then I never got to worry about it again. And then I know you guys are like, well, what about the engine, TK, blah, blah, blah. I have, if I keep staying on top of my oil changes, which by the time I get home, it will be time for another oil change. And I will do just full synthetic as before. Might add some Lucas to it, because she does have the typical Hemi tick when you first start. But once it's running for like 30 seconds after you start it, you don't hear that tick, because the oil does get to the top. But I may do that. I may put some Lucas in it. And like I said, worst case scenario, I'm looking at remanufactured engines for this truck with an MDS delete, meaning it doesn't have any of that emissions, you know, active fuel management is what they call it at GM, but Dodge calls it MDS. Just delete it. Get a custom tune on it for the, you know, PCM, and the PCM on this is unlocked. And then you know, drop that engine in here if I have to. I don't foresee me having to put an engine in this truck until well after probably around 220 to 230,000 miles. These engines, like I said, I've had them in the Chrysler Aspen with the 5.7, and every single one I had over 200,000 miles, and I never had a problem with the truck outside of the water pumps. I expect, you know, general maintenance stuff is going to have to be done, right? Like before we left the dealership that I bought this truck from, you know, replaced the radiator, did a coolant flush, got all the little rocks and crap out of the coolant system from whoever just added water and the wrong coolant to it. And like I said, she's run right under that halfway mark on the heat, on the temperature, the entire way. Heat's been fine. I really haven't had to run the AC because it's been like it is now in the 30s. But comfortable ride, truck has been doing great. Haven't had any issues with it. Wanted to give you guys an update on it. Like I said, I do have exactly right now 1,200 miles until I get home, and we are rolling in that direction, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, I couldn't be more happy with the truck than I am on my purchase of buying this thing. So it's gonna accomplish the goal I needed, which was to tow a car, and to be able to drive in Vegas. If you live there, you know that the streets suck. There's constant construction. The ability for me to just go over a median if I want, or I'm going to love driving this truck in town. That's all I can say. Plus, with the big steel bumpers in the rear, I'm going to add one to the front, probably put a cow catcher on the front. You know, you can rear end this if you want to. I don't care. It's going to hurt you more than it's going to hurt me. And that's the one thing about Vegas, man. I'm tired of my nice cars, my BMWs and whatnot, getting hit. My SS Impala, my 96 Impala getting destroyed. I'm tired of it. That's why I got the truck. Because, you know, now, hit me if you want to. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I got to give her a car wash, you know, when I get the opportunity, probably when I get home, to get the salt, because it does have salt all over it, off the truck, get a proper detail on it, and then we'll see what happens. But anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. The only reason why I'm able to do stuff like this, like buy these trucks and do different builds and give you guys the news on a daily basis, is because you guys watch these videos, and I truly appreciate it. I will be dropping some more videos over on TK's Garage too, when I'm doing mods and other things to this truck, the BMWs and etc. So if that interests you, go check out the other channel, TK's Garage too. But anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. I truly appreciate it. And as always, stay petty, man.